Hi students, welcome back. Coming to the next concept, that is multi-threading. So what is this multi-threading? In the previous video I had explained about the threading concept. There I had explained why we are using the multi-threading also. So in this video I'll explain different types of multi-threading concepts. A process divided into number of smaller tasks. Each task is represented, or you call it as a thread, right? So if you take any process, in a process you are having a multiple threads. So each and every smaller task we call it as a thread. That means a thread is a lightweight of process. A number of such threads within a process execute at a time, you call it as a multi-thread. So the process is executing at a time, right or wrong? A process is executing at a time, so then that concept you call it as a multi-threading. So in the previous video I had taken an example like MS Word, right? In the MS Word you open a document one you have opened. Okay, so this document you have performed different operations, like you have written a statements, and you have highlighted a document, and you have used the spell check, everything different threads you have used. So after using, you have saved the program and you are executed it. Okay, so all these will be saved and your process will be executed. So that means these are all multiple threads. So these multiple threads are executed at a time, right? So a thread is a lightweight process. A number of such different threads within a process execute at a time. You call it as a multi-threading. The operating system additional capability is supporting of multi-threading. So if you see here, this is a thread, right? So a thread will having a different like one process, one thread. If you are having only one process and one thread, one process, multiple threads, one process, multiple threads, multiple process, one thread means you are having P1, P2, but each process is having only one thread. And multiple process, multiple threads, P1, P2, multiple process, each process is having multiple threads. Generally you call it as one to one to many to one, and many to many concept. Okay, multi-threading. So this multi-threading, how is different operating systems are using what type of multi-threading concept. Okay, so now let's have a look on that. Suppose if you use only one process, one thread, if you use only one process and one thread. So it is a traditional approach, that means one to one. It is a traditional approach in which the process maintain only one thread. So you call it as a single thread approach. So then which operating system is using this one process, one thread concept? Can you guess? Which operating system? Here I already given. The example is MS-DOS operating system that supports one thread, one process approach. So if you take the previous, we are all working on previously we are used to work on MS-DOS only. You are trying to type the commands to access anything, any information. So that MS-DOS is uses a concept of one-to-one approach. That is one thread and one process can perform only one thread operation, a single threaded concept. And second one is one process, multiple threads. So one process, excuse me, multiple threads. So which operating system will use this one process, and which concept will use the one process and multiple threads? So in this, process is divided into number of threads. If you take, for example, Java runtime environment. Java runtime environment will uses one process and multiple threads concept. Okay. So, and coming to the next one, multiple process, one thread. So, multiple process, one thread. Okay. So in this multiple process, one thread per process, an operating system supports multiple user process. Multiple user process it is supporting, but only support one thread per process. Remember that. Even though it is supporting multiple user process, P1 is supporting and P2 is also supporting, because operating system will act on process, it will not act on threads. Okay, so operating system supports multiple user process but only support one thread per process. For example, Unix operating system. If you take the Unix operating system, Unix operating system will use the concept of multiple process and one thread concept. Next is the multiple process, multiple threads per process. So you are using multiple process P1 and P2, and each process is using multiple threads. So which operating system will use this type of concept? Windows 2000 and Solaris Linux, nowadays whatever the operating systems, the latest versions, we are using the concept of multiple process and multiple threads per process. Okay, so this is about the multi-threading in operating systems. In the operating system, the concept here is what type of technology, what type of threading concepts these operating systems, different operating systems are using. If you take one to one, means MS-DOS supports only one to one approach, one thread one process approach. If you take the Java runtime environment, whatever you are using the Java for executing the Java program, that software, that application will use one process multiple threads concept. And if you take the Unix operating system, the Unix operating system will uses a multiple process and one thread per process concept. And whereas the coming to the Windows operating systems, the Windows operating systems will use the multiple process and multiple threads per process concept. So I hope you understand what exactly it means. So if you like this video, please like it, subscribe and share it. If you're having any doubts, please let me know. Thank you.